For joining us tonight. I appreciate it as always. As you guys can see, tonight's guest is Vision Preparedness. For those of you that might a lot in the chat and or comment section, and I got to talking with him probably a couple weeks back, and I learned about him then. I watched this channel, and then I was like, no shit, this guy's good. He's on the level. Again, I the purpose of these chats, if you will, because I don't want to call them interviews. Chats is to bring different ideologies to the to here, to everybody else who's probably thinking a little different than I am, a little different than I don't know, Canadian or full spectrum, Hudson Valley. We all have different perspectives on things, so this is what these chats are about. Anyway, Vision, do me a favor and introduce yourself to everyone.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody. Vision Preparedness. My channel is fairly new. I started it in April of this year, and Jason is one of the huge influences why I started my channel. And finally found like-minded people. And the more I searched YouTube, the more people I found, the more friends I made, the more close friends I made, and I was floored when Jason had a conversation with me, and he said he wanted to bring me on here. So here I am.
Well, man, thank you. Like I said, thank you for joining me tonight. I do appreciate it as always. Um, and I always tell people thank you because there are people who will not come on this show at all. Yeah, either I curse too much.
I don't know.
No, yeah. Well, listen, some people are like that. Some people think I curse too much. Some people think I'm an asshole, and I do will agree about the asshole part. But the other shit, I can't convince them otherwise. But
Yeah, it is what it is.
yeah, it is exactly. It is what it is. So, guys, tonight's topic we're going to talk about the game changing, if you will, or how it's going to be a lot more interesting, if you will. And the game is the bullshit that's going on, all of it. Um, there are two things that are happening right now that are very, very, um, whether we believe in it or not, whether it's bullshit or not, it doesn't change the fact that they're going to push through this, whatever it is, and essentially wind up screwing us all. So, with that, we're going to talk about the economy. And a couple of notes that I pulled on is specifically talking about the Chinese economy and how I think we have 25 days or 26 days till they completely collapse. Um,
Right.
Now, with that being said, what do you think, or what is your opinion on the matter of if China's economy collapses? What do you think? What effects will we see here?
First of all, if China's economy collapses, the world's economy is going to collapse because China holds so much of our debt, which is stupid from the get go. If they call in their debt to us, we're done, period.
Right.
And it'll be a domino effect around the world. So I don't think the world can afford to let China's economy collapse.
And that's the interesting thing because right now their problem is it's a real estate problem. It's a
Right.
not well. It was. It wound up being a Ponzi scheme for a lot of the developers that were playing this shell game with money. Right, they were taking money from
Yes.
the newer buyers or people putting a down payment and then putting it towards other projects that they were trying to finish because they ran out of money trying to get those built.
Exactly.
Right. So it's they're in a different boat. I mean, will it affect us? Absolutely, it will. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, the the downside to that, it's like you said, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty for most of us.
No, like you said, and that's what the world needs to understand. Their economy was a huge Ponzi scheme. You're right. They were stealing from Peter to pay Paul to build a house.
And
That's
right,
crazy.
right, and then the Chinese government. Sorry, um, all right, I got to slow the chat down. But then the Chinese government realized the problem they were having, and then they turned
Yeah.
around and froze a lot of bank accounts. Not every Chinese customer's bank account, but they stole a large percentage. Give me
Correct.
2 seconds. I gotta slow this shit down.
Mm-hmm. Good evening to everybody in the chat that said hello. I'm trying not to be in the chat tonight for now because
Yeah.
I need to focus.
I hear you.
Otherwise, next thing you know, I'll be saying we're all going to die.
That's possibly one of my favorite when people write that.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes, that is my favorite. Yes.
All right. Excuse me, but my computer's acting like a bitch right now. Let's see. All right. 2 seconds. Let's slow it down to 20.
Hope everybody's doing good tonight.
Yeah.
Hello to everybody that's saying hi.
There's people like, what the fuck? You're frozen on the screen, so give me 2 seconds to.
You're,
Yeah.
yeah, I am. Yeah, you're fine.
Vision, yeah.
It is what it is.
We'll see if we can. Now you're moving around. Very good. Wait.
There we go.
Yeah, now you're moving around.
All right.
You know what? Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. We'll blame it on the government.
There we go.
Yeah.
I notice every time I
They
plug.
want to blame it on the.
Yeah, you should be fine. 5x5.
Okay. Yeah.
Vision blurred. Yeah, you're good now.
Perfect.
All right, good. All right, so now with this shit economy crash, what I found out today, and this happened over the first, I think it was the guy's first quarter, but if any of you remember Michael Burry, right? Okay, Michael Burry was the guy that was sounding the alarm back in 2008 with the crash.
Yes.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
so now he warned, not so much he warned, but his capital management company dumped his entire share portfolio in the second quarter um, to because he sees the warning signs of a market crash coming up. And he, like I said, in the second quarter, he dumped a lot of his long-term uh, portfolio, which I thought was very interesting.
Okay. Wow.
Right, not long-term, long position. Sorry, I said that wrong.
Okay.
And he's been warning, he's been sounding the alarm for the last probably year now, maybe longer. But I noticed that the last year he's picked up his voice, if you will, talking about a crash. Now, in your opinion, what would the economic crash look like here in the United States?
Good Lord. First of all, food, prices of food, we think it's expensive now. Prices of food are going to go through the roof. Prices of everything will go through the roof. The country will probably try to do another lockdown based on BS to keep everybody calm. And then you'll start seeing companies shutting down, people losing their jobs. The economy just literally tanks. And I pray to God that it never happens, but I see mass riots and then the government declaring martial law. I mean, that's as bad as it can get. And I hope I'm wrong.
Well, yeah, what sucks is that yes, we hope you're wrong, but you're probably not.
Yes.
That's one.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
If Michael Burry just dumped a lot of his long position share, that's a clear sign of what he thinks is going to happen soon. And he talked something about a bullwhip. Bullwhip is when, if I'm not mistaken, let's see if I can remember this right, is when the consumers stop buying, but the stores, the businesses buy more supplies because of the shortages we saw. And now we're not buying as much. So now they're sitting on all this product that they need to sell. So what do? They turn around and they sell everything at a way lower price, causing people to come out and buy, which then turns around and puts them in the same boat they were 6 months ago with low supplies, and then they order more again. So it's almost a
Right.
cyclical event that winds up
Right.
having inflation increase instead of decrease, right? So
Mm-hmm.
and that's what
Yeah.
if I was understanding. So I've been paying attention to the market, trying to understand a lot of shit. When I read articles now, because I watch a show called Billions, I have a better understanding of terminology anyway. And
Okay. Good.
yeah, like I'm trying. I wish I would have done this years ago, but not the point. So, with that, being that, let's say we see a depression, right?
Yeah.
How prepared
Yeah.
are you for the next Great Depression?
Well, I'm. That's funny that you said that because I've been paying attention to my preps really hard, and to the point I'm literally trying to figure out how many days my preps will last.
Okay.
And I actually bought Prepper Nerd software, the new offline version.
Yes.
And I'm going to give him a plug anyway because I sent him an email and raved about it. It showed me, Jason, exactly what I was lacking in. And now I'm immediately prepping for it. My home is I'm fortifying, doing OPSECs, more security as always. I'm out in the country, so I'm not in the city. I'm not worried about it. I've got my community that I can depend on and they can depend on me. I'm, water, food, shelter, blah, 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 but I'm not slowing down. Matter of fact, I'm picking up my preps to the point where I started doing on Fridays called Mini Prep Friday, where I'm spending $17 to $20 and coming home with cases of canned goods from Dollar Tree. And I'm showing folks you can do this on a budget. But like all of us, we all have holes. But my key was let me identify my holes so now I can start paying specific attention to those holes.
And that's the beauty of the Prepper Nerd Ultimate.
Yes.
Yes, that thing is like the ultimate prep system. He calls it. That thing is a home run.
Yes.
Once you enter,
Yes, it is.
right? Once you enter everything you have, it allows you to, again, calculate how much food you have for whatever amount of time. I think it's
Right.
again. I think it's the shit. I was a
It
little,
is.
I haven't talked about it as much because I'm still dealing with it. Not dealing with it,
Mm-hmm.
but putting my time into talking about it. But
Mm-hmm.
it's good. And the offline version, guys, for those of you that are, you don't want it to be online because you're scared of the internet or people hacking your shit. Fine. The offline
Right.
version is absolutely worth it.
It is. It was, and he was running a special on it, and it was the best money I've ever spent on any of my preps. And I was talking to my mother Sparks, and I had like a quarter of my preps in the software, and it showed me how many days. And I told her, I said, I'm going to die. So, you know,
Um,
it definitely is worth the money.
right. It is, and you can't go wrong with it, guys. I'm looking for the link now to drop it in the chat. So give me a couple seconds, or maybe I won't be able to do it tonight because I
Right.
think I'm locked out of it. I might be.
I think it's on his channel, though. I think he has a link on his channel on his community tab.
Yes. So if you go to Prepper Nerds YouTube channel, you can find the link there because I
Mm-hmm.
find it here right now.
Yeah, and I'm looking at two laptops, and let me see if I can find it here.
Yeah, I definitely can't find it on here,
Yeah,
but whatever. Not the point, guys.
yeah, I can't.
The point
Right, exactly.
the point is that this thing is it's pretty on the level, and again, the calculation part I think is the better part. I think it's what's going
Yes,
to it's going to help you calculate better and see where, like you said, your holes are. So when you have holes,
Yep.
guys, and you need an app to help you figure it out, Prepper Nerds Ultimate Survival System is the shit. Prep Systems.
Mm-hmm.
Again, they have an online bundle. Look it up. I'll see if I can get you the link to the at least to his store, at the very least.
Right.
But it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I keep I sleep, eat, drink, work, preparedness, because not only am I prepping for myself and my family, but I'm prepping for extended family as well. And friends in my community, in my circle, we all know if one of us have to leave our house, we're bringing everything with us so that, it doesn't take away from somebody's preps that they already have, but it adds to it. Plus, it adds to security and everything else. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely.
Now, um, interesting. You know what? It's good that you were honest with yourself when you were talking about your preps, and you
Yeah.
use the Prep Ultimate system to figure out what you have and what you don't have. Again, that's
Right.
awesome because the problem is not the problem. Yes, it is a problem for a lot of people. They don't want to admit. First of all, they don't want to admit where their holes are in their preps, so they
Right.
wind up shorting themselves, if you will, and screwing themselves
Yep.
over. When you're
Yep.
honest with yourself, you can absolutely have a better understanding of what you need to fix, and you're going to fix it.
Correct. Because, a wrong mistake could be life or death, not only for yourself, but for your family as well. So, worst case worst, I'm blowing up everything.
I hear you.
I'm serious. The movie, what was it? Angel Has Fallen. I'm pulling the chain, and the whole the whole place is going up in smoke with everybody that's even close to it.
I hear that, man. Yeah, fuck it. Hammer
Yeah.
Az, thank you for the
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. I listen.
Yep.
I hear that shit, man. Listen. You know, it's amazing that we're in this boat right now, and I'll say it time and time
Yes.
again. We're in this fucking boat now where like prepping is more needed now than it was 20
Yes.
years ago. You know,
Yes.
um, and,
Yes.
right? You have people
Yep.
who are older than me anyway who remember the whole Cold War mess and how they were preparing for that. And then
Mm-hmm.
they turn around and down the line they're like, shit, I got prepared, I had all the stuff, and I never needed it.
Right.
I know a couple of people who I know a couple of people who like prepped during the whole Cold War, never needed it, died, and their family members found out that they were preppers after they died.
Right.
Going in the
Yeah.
basement or up in the attic and finding all this food and water,
In the attic.
all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
So and it's funny
Yep.
because that was always eating in the back of my head, eating in the back of my brain. Like, what if I fucking get all this shit ready? I have everything I need for the most part. I don't have everything. I would like a garden
Yeah.
and land, but that's a different conversation. But for the most part,
Right.
I'm squared away, right? And then I never need
Yeah.
stuff, and it's
Yep.
gonna go to waste. Now the food's not gonna go to waste, but some of the gear
Right.
you have to wind up upgrading over time because it fucking got old.
Exactly.
Um, I
Exactly.
I try to keep it simple with technology, where the only technology I would use
Yeah.
is solar generator.
Yep. Same here. I'm with you. Other than that, I keep it simple. I can remember growing up, Jason, that my grandparents bought the house behind them that was dilapidated and falling down, and they cleared the land and planted a family garden. My grandmother taught me how to can and all of that. And I can't even ever remember them going to the grocery store to get fruits and vegetables because they had all of that stuff. And they did it every summer. In the fall, that's all they did was can and put that stuff away. So I'm trying to get back to that, do that now. That's why I keep asking you how you doing with your canning.
Oh well, you know what I found the other day in my freezer? I found more chicken to do
Uh huh.
something with. Um, I was digging through the freezer. I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit! I got fucking 2 bags of chicken here. I need to thaw them out and can them ASAP. Um,
Exactly.
but it's the crazy thing is when you're doing all this prepping, the
Uh-huh.
another thing that's in the back of my head. There's a lot of shit that I keep in the back of my head. One of the things is, what if it don't work out? Because I'm in the city. Because I'm
Right.
still in New York.
Right.
With
Right.
us, things change on the fly. All it's like month to month. You know, um,
Mm-hmm.
there's a couple of things
Mm-hmm.
that might be happening that will definitely keep us in the New York area. I don't want to say the city because if
Right.
something happens, which I don't think it's going to, but the likeliness is a lot
Right.
now than it was a month ago or 2 weeks ago rather. So,
Mm-hmm.
but what happens happens, and I'm not going to say anything yet. That's why I'm coding it the way I am.
Yeah.
Um,
That's good.
yeah, if it does happen, then we're definitely staying in New York State at the very least, at
Right.
least for another 4 or 5 years, and then
Right.
we're truly gone. Whatever fucking happens after
Yeah.
that happens. But
I get it.
yeah, but
But at least you're aware of it. You're aware of that and you're planning just in case. So that's just part of prepping.
yeah,
You may have to pivot on a dime, but you got a plan. You're not going to be like, I don't know what to do. That's not going to happen.
no, you know what? It's fun. It's funny now that I'm retired and I got a lot of time on my fucking hands. I have been thinking of, yeah. Thank you. 9:30, 9:24. Yeah, I have been thinking. All right, what should I like what should I do? I'm like, you know what? I'm just fucking planning for a lot of contingencies. If this thing happens, great. If
Right.
it doesn't, we're gone. And if
Yeah.
we do stay, we're moving out of the city damn near immediately, which will make traveling for my kids to school a tad bit harder. But
Yeah.
they're gonna have to suck it up, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
But
That's why you got that Tahoe, man. You
yeah,
throw some armor in it, replace the glass with bulletproof glass, and roll through.
I was thinking all of that shit the other day when I was looking at it from across the street. I'm like,
Hey, dude.
yeah, looks like a tank.
Yeah.
Like a million things I could do with it.
I'm with dude. I told you what I was thinking. I was like, dude, you can make me spend 80 grand, 90 grand, 100 grand, whatever. I no, I can't do that. But that's a bad ride. I'm a car guy, so yeah. Yep.
Guys, how's my sound? Do I sound okay? There's always one person that says they can't hear me, but they said they can hear you fine.
Okay. You sound good to me. I can hear you crystal clear.
All right, and maybe I'm waiting for someone to go. You good? Johnny Depp fake case. Okay. All right, whatever. My volume, my sound volume sounds fine. So maybe it's just right. But someone says Southern Prepper 3. First of all, thank you for the donation. Everybody said 5x5. He says he has 2 questions.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
what are your thoughts about La Palma? La Palma. Oh, the volcano. I don't know. I don't think much of it anymore. Yeah, I'm not concerned
I don't
about it.
either.
You know.
No, me neither.
Yeah. And the second question, do you think it will cause a tsunami since it's active again, according to off-grid farming and desert? And what happens to the news? Okay, what happened to news about to go back in New York City? I don't know what you mean by the last question, but as far as a tsunami for New York City, um, yeah, it's on the table. It's all a theory. Not unfortunate. That's the one thing about it. It's all theory. If this mountain slides into the ocean,
Mhm.
is it going to create a tsunami? The possibility is great, but it's not concrete. So don't get me wrong. I'm not taking it the chance either. I'm not going to be like, well, let's see what happens. No, piece of that mountain slides off
Right.
into the ocean. We're in the car and we're out of here. We're
Yep.
not going to take a chance, but
Yep.
I don't think it's going to be a grand show. I think we'll see a tsunami, but I don't think it'll be like in the movies, coming over, cresting over the building and shit. What's
Exactly.
your opinion on the matter?
I don't I don't even think about it because, where I'm at, there like are no mountains, but anything's possible. And here's my take on it. Things I can't control, I don't worry about. I'm aware of them and I pay attention, but I don't worry about them. What I worry about is, okay, can I get my whole house off the grid before SHTF? Can I get solar on my roof? Do I need to dig another well? Do I have enough freedom seeds? Do I need to buy another boomstick? What are my boys doing? Do we have enough ham radios? I worry about stuff I can control.
No, and you're right about that. Again, like what's funny about living and living in New York City, I got it all right now, man. Like people like you're gonna get hit by a tsunami, the
Yeah,
earthquakes that they're talking about now. They're bringing up conversation about earthquake in New York City. I don't like that talk
right.
because that talk's been dead for 10, 12 years. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's picking back up
Right.
again, and they're talking about a fault line they think might go anytime. But anytime to them means tomorrow or 100 years from now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Exactly.
then we have the nuclear bomb hitting us. Okay. And then of course we
Yes.
have the mother of all hurricanes coming up the East Coast and hitting us. I'm in like the prime spot to have like
Yes.
three things happen to us right out of the gates. And people always,
Yeah, you're in doomsday ground zero.
yeah, yeah, for everything, for all of it. Another terrorist attack. Like we have
Yes.
everything, and in every movie we get attacked by everything, right?
Correct.
Right. If you,
Correct.
what was it? The day after tomorrow. I
The
am
day after
Legend.
tomorrow.
Right.
Absolutely. I am legend. Everything. Right.
E-
Every doomsday movie, the end of the world is New York City.
Right. Even the Avengers movie. What was it? The second,
Yes.
right? No, the first one with Loki.
With Loki.
Right.
Yes. It
Second,
was
right.
New York.
Came to New York City and fucked everything up. So
Yep.
it's like we're on. It's just I'm in a bad spot, like all the way around. So and to
Right.
boot, we have it's going offline now, so it's not a big problem. But we had Indian Point.
Hmm.
That was a bit of a threat. Uh, though
Right.
nuclear power plants,
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
get scared about those, but when you do the math about the plausibility of another one going offline and being a catastrophe, very
Hmm.
low, right?
It's very low. You're right.
It's carelessness and lack of maintenance are the reasons why
Yep.
the other two went. What was it? 3 Mile Island, and then
Fremont and Chernobyl.
Chernobyl, and then Fukushima was
Yeah.
because of the tsunami, right? Which
Right. Exactly.
again, that was also you could sort of blame man-made cause because they put their generators below fucking sea level, right? So
Pelosi.
like you look at all these problems, you're going, all right, we're not going to, what is it, raise the load of water from the core, which was Chernobyl or whatever they did too fast, did
Hmm.
something too fast, right? 3 Mile Island, if I'm not
Right.
mistaken, was a mechanical problem that they missed,
Okay.
and then
Mechanical failure.
right, and then
Yeah.
Fukushima, they're not going to put fucking their generators, their backup generators, sea level anymore, right? So like all of these things we can learn from, and nuclear
Hmm.
power is not the
Hmm.
problem,
Correct.
whatever. People are going to, liberals, nervous
Yeah.
Nellies, if you will, they're going to look at it and go, oh my,
Got that right.
this is a fucking problem. We
Yeah.
got to get rid of all nuclear power stations and then rely on the sun. I'm like,
That's
seriously,
crazy.
you know?
Really? Yeah.
They're
And drive electric cars.
yes, drive electric cars. And I think I want to say it was a Catskill NY Prepper. I want to say
Uh-huh.
her. She put up a post on her Instagram that there's some kind of a deal where you're getting a $7,500 um what is that, like a bonus or some shit. They buy electric cars, but the
Not
GM,
gonna happen.
right, GM, and I forgot what other company,
Yes.
right, they
Yeah.
boosted it
It
to
was
say,
General Motors that was offering money.
right,
Yes.
angry,
5 grand or something like that. Yeah.
right. And so I was just like, what the fuck, like, not for nothing,
Yeah.
electric cars do have their place, but when you try to pass
They
off
do.
electric cars as being the savior for this planet,
Right.
you just lost my vote to get one.
Same here. Yeah. The math doesn't add up.
ABB base.
they don't, number one, they don't have the infrastructure to support everybody having electric cars.
Right.
And I'm not going to buy no Tesla. And then they have a map on it that says, oh, you've got 15 miles to go before you run out of electric, but the next charging station is 8. But if you take this shortcut and go through Jimmy's backyard, you can get there in 4. No.
Right. Catskill NY
Yeah.
Prepper said it's a tax rebate. So.
Okay.
Electric.
Okay.
Yeah. Jay, electric cars are lame. Though what was it? The Chevy electric pickup was fucking nice, and the reviews on it were awesome until you burned alive in your car. And then that.
Yeah. Now, I'm a Ford guy, and I'm looking at that new F-150, and I was like, you can power the whole house with that thing. But I'm not spending that kind of cash on an electric truck.
No, yeah, it isn't. Well, like I said, a lot of them have their place. I mean, I'm not a big fan of them, though. I did see the
right.
pickup truck, and I was like, that's nice. It's nice, but
yeah,
it brings with it a whole lot of other headaches, right?
Yes, it does.
I mean, hell, even the Tahoe.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the Tahoe, I'm looking to get a Bugout Vehicle, something that's like an earlier model, early 80s, late 70s.
Yep. Yep.
And that's what I'm.
Same here.
Right, and that's the Bugout Vehicle. That's the true Bugout Vehicle. Now,
correct.
If it's not an EMP, then we have 2 vehicles to get the fuck out of here, right?
Exactly.
But if it's an EMP, then we all shovel into one car and one truck, if you will, and we're out of here.
Right.
Like I said, I try to cover my bases as best as I can with the situation that I'm in and have available to me.
That's all we can do.
Yeah.
That, like we talked earlier, we can only do our best and hope for the best. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Hudson Valley said.
And that's why you have a community.
Yes, exactly. Hudson Valley said his buddy bought one 2 years ago, still hasn't taken delivery. Holy shit.
Yeah. You can't get them. Can't get them.
No shit.
They'll sell you one, but you can't get them. Right.
They'll sell you one. It's a Ponzi scheme. No, we're going to fucking take the money to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have a family member that one of their children are a designer for the new F-150. I can't even freaking get one.
No shit.
Because I got to wait. Yeah, got to wait. I was like, nope, that's fine. Let me go get me a 1985 Suburban, and I'm good.
That's what I was looking at, man. I was looking at the 1990 or 1991 Suburban.
Okay.
I'm like,
yeah.
And of course, because it's online, it's hooked up, it's fixed up, it's nice to rock and roll. I'm like, they wanted shit. I think they wanted like $70,000 for it.
That's crazy.
But it's flawless looking. I mean, like, it looked like it off the show floor the year it came out in 2022.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm obviously shopping around because I don't want to get taken advantage of. But one of the viewers put me on to the website. Shit, I forgot the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
But they sell old cars on there, and sadly enough, 90s and 80s cars are old cars. But they were fucking nice. They were all in great condition.
Nice.
But they were all over $30,000. Like every last one.
Right.
Yeah.
The first thing I would do with an older Suburban is take out that third row seats.
Okay.
So I can put my gear in it. Everybody's going to have to pile in and do what they do. But yeah.
Oh yeah, that's definitely it's definitely an idea actually. But I'm
absolutely.
The only thing is I'm not getting it yet until I get a house, until I get a home where I'm not parking 2 fucking cars,
Right. Yeah. Smart. That's smart.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense to move 2 cars around, and not in the city.
Right.
You have to
exactly.
Here in the city, man, you gotta fucking I gotta get up in the morning, and I'm like, all right, what side of the street I'm on? Oh shit, okay, I'm on the good side of the street, because you have to alternate side. You gotta move your car back and forth because of street cleaning. So it's always a fucking pain in the ass.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a pain in the ass, man, here in the city. Now,
and to park it in the garage is probably expensive as can be.
Well, you want to talk about expensive? One garage wants 250, and the neighboring one wants 400. They're like a fucking block away from each other.
Ooh,
Yeah, exactly.
ooh, good. No, no. Mm-mm. That's insane.
Mick, he
Yeah.
goes, you look, he says, you're worried about how pretty your Bugout vehicles look. Yes, I do, because I want my shit to look
Mm-hmm.
down the street, not a lot.
Exactly.
And not for nothing,
Yeah.
but when you buy one of those cars out of one of those places, they fix it up for you. It's not how much, it's not what it looks like. That's what it looks like when you buy it. But like I said, they look snazzy for being older cars. That's all.
Right.
And they're easier to fix. That's the selling point
Yes.
for me with a lot of them. They're way easier
Yes.
to fix. I could fix one of those.
Yes.
Whereas right now, if something on the Tahoe
Yes.
broke, I would have to take it into the dealership and have them look it over again. Right?
Yeah.
And if it's a sensor, some shit, I'm waiting months to get the sensor. Where one of these
That's true.
cars, I could fix it tomorrow. Provided I can find a part.
Yep. Correct. Yeah. And then, you can put your roll cage on it, light bars all over the place. When you roll out, you light up the street and blind everybody in front of you.
And then run them over.
Exactly. Exactly.
So Jason asks, your car's never been broken into or damaged. My Mariner was, so my Mariner wasn't broken into like an asshole. I left it. No, it wasn't the Mariner. It was the Explorer. I had a Ford Explorer. I left the door open, and somebody went into there and took money out of the middle console. I had a Jeep Cherokee, a '94 Jeep Cherokee. They broke into that and took the speakers out of the back. And the speakers weren't my idea. I bought it like that, and they took the speaker right out. So that was a couple times. But with this thing, I'm watching it like a hawk. I'm like, go ahead and fucking break into it. Everybody around the car dies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Everybody around it dies.
Yeah. The whole fucking what? I wasn't involved. Fuck it. You were looking at it. You're dead too.
Too bad. Exactly. Yeah. You were looking at it.
Collateral damage. Fuck.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yes. Collateral damage. Don't care. Yeah, right. I'm with you on that.
And that's that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to get it, is because it's such a nice car for this area. But whatever, man. I try not to.
Badass ride, dude.
It's really nice, man. It's one of the first things I ever bought where I was like, you know what, this is nice. I like driving it, And that thing, whips, man, like you wouldn't believe. Holy shit! Like once you get it up to speed, you can fucking zigzag in our traffic. Not that I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Right. Yeah. Yep. That's good.
So, man,
it's intimidating.
Yeah, it's just a nice ride. It's better than muscling your. All right, thanks, Mike. It's better than driving the Mariner. That's all I know. The Mariner had no power steering. One headlight was working. I had no rear lights. It was a piece of shit, and it was leaking every time it rained. So it's nice. It's nice to have something new and not used.
Right, and reliable. That you can put your family in and get out safely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And run some folks over and keep it moving.
Yeah, definitely. Running folks over.
Yes.
Mad Max armored machine. If you're having a Bugout Vehicle, you'll need a Mad Max armored machine. Yeah, Mick, it's called having fun, dick face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you guys really think so? No, dick face. We're just having fucking fun with it. Some people. The Mariners pay.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the classic AP line though.
What, fuck, shit, piss?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir. Well, listen, yeah. But that guy was about to bring it out of me. He's like, really? You guys are seriously talking about roll cages? No, dick bag. We're just fucking having fun with it. That's all we're doing. Holy shit! Yes. Like some people, it's crazy how they take like too seriously on here. I'm like,
literally.
Yeah. Yes. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, fucking eat a Snickers bar, motherfucking go to sleep. It's fucking 10 o'clock anyway, But it's always one. It's always one that just fucking like, wants to be a dick. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. Yo, so what is your or opinion on this monkeypox nonsense?
You know what? Here it is. I am all male, heterosexual. I like women. I have woman. I don't care about monkeypox. Okay,
All right,
and if I see somebody that has it,
run.
I will keep my distance. But they've already said where it comes from and who it affects. I don't have to worry about it.
Okay, right. So now
And yeah,
here's the fucked up part.
yeah.
Today, at least my wife
Mm-hmm.
did this. Um,
Uh-huh.
Two women caught it. No, one woman said she caught it, and she doesn't know how. She didn't do anything sexual. She said she thinks she was dealing with money, and she caught it that way. She thinks, right? So then I asked my wife. I said, "Where did she catch it?" She goes, "It was
Right.
around her mouth." I was like, she was giving fucking head, and
Exactly.
maybe she didn't.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I said, maybe she didn't
Exactly.
want to throw her boyfriend under the bus or her husband or whoever the
Correct.
fuck it was. Maybe she didn't want to throw him under
Right.
the bus and she's blaming money. You know? I
Right.
said, but if this is a different strain,
Right.
if this is a different strain, and this strain can last on a surface of any kind, we're in fucking trouble. You
Uh-huh.
know? I
Yes,
listen,
we are.
right? I don't discount everything. One side of me is like, this bitch is lying. You know what? She was in the
Yes.
back of fucking Walmart giving head for fucking free. Uh,
Exactly. Or in the back of his car. Yeah.
but then well, then she turns around and fucking and tells us that. So now I'm thinking, what if she's telling the truth? You know,
Right.
what if she's fucking? What
Right.
if she really got it from money? And the other lady said she got it from touching something at a store. Could be, right? I mean, if the guy coughed in his hand and immediately touched something, I mean,
Touch
again,
something.
but we're not seeing more cases of it. That's the problem. You know?
Correct. Yes. The cases aren't rising rapidly. So I would not, I'd keep my eye on it and keep my ear to it, but I wouldn't lose any sleep over it.
No, no, not at all. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'm definitely not. My wife's like, you need to stop going to the CrossFit gym. I'm like, not until it's confirmed. When it's confirmed that
Yep.
it comes off of surfaces like bars and shit like that, then I'll be like,
Right.
I'll be easy and I'll work out from home. But I said you
Yep.
can't cut my knees off from under me. I'm already out of work. I'm not gonna now miss CrossFit. Because
Mm-hmm.
the possibility of catching it there. But listen, I think, man, right now it's sort of down off. Um,
Yeah.
it's sort of like the whole Trump thing. You saw how they raided his home, and then
Yep.
they were like, "We got some documents," and they're like, "It was declassified." Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah.
now
Exactly.
we can't show anybody what we did, why we did it. We're gonna keep it a secret. I'm like, you fucking kidding me?
Yes.
Then you had these people downstairs.
Yeah.
You guys know Hammer Az. Thank you for the donation. Um, then you got guys. I live around liberals. So I'm surrounded by them. But these three guys, the other night, were like, Trump's in trouble. He's going to go to jail. I'm like, for what? For
For what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were like, because he got a rate. They raided his home and they found some stuff. What did they find? Well, I don't know. I tell you what they found. Nuclear documents that were declassified, and he was able to take one of them. He signed out of it. I said this before on one of my
Yes.
live streams. They can take certain things out. It has to be cleared by like whatever the fucking magical master that lets you take shit out of the fucking White House, even a
Exactly.
pen, right?
NSA or somebody.
Right. So
Yeah. Exactly.
now that they found out it's declassified, now you don't hear anything else about the raid,
Nothing.
right? So here's
Yeah.
the bigger problem is it's not so much about the raid; it's the fact that the fucking Democrats use the FBI at their will to raid this man's
Yes.
vacation home, not his home, but his vacation home,
Yes.
just because they fucking don't like him, right?
Right. That so they technically that was their own police force, which breaks all kind of constitutional rules and bylaws.
Right. And
Yeah.
so here we fucking go, right? You got the Democrats using people at their will, and
Right.
fucking, people are sitting there going, "Well, he's going to go to jail for what? Oh, his
Mhm.
2024 race run is over. Why is it over?" I said, "There's nothing that's coming out. They can't get him on the fucking J6 thing. They just can't.
Right.
They got shut
Right.
up. Uh, Mom, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. Um, what you call it? And yes, and guys, for those of you that don't know, I said my mother, Martha Charles, is my mother. Um, with that, they don't have anything on the guy. So now what do?
No,
You know,
nothing.
right? And
Try to cook up
yes,
something else.
right. And that's the thing. People they're saying that. Listen, we know they're trying to ruin his next run. We know that. And I'll
Hmm.
say it again. I'll say
Hmm.
it a million fucking times. I'm not a big fan of the guy,
Same here.
but I will vote for him come the next time. If DeSantis doesn't throw his
Mm.
ring, I'm voting for.
Right,
Um,
right. Yeah, they're scared of it.
yeah, big time, big fucking time.
Yeah, yes, yep. I
Jay
just don't get it, you
Nation.
know.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I don't get it. I mean, okay, they're scared of him. Between them scared of him and them trying to take our guns, I'm like, really, y'all? That good luck with that. Let me know how it works out for you.
Yeah, really. Wolfbang
Yeah,
saying they will make up evidence. I don't know. They haven't released.
of course.
They haven't released anything.
Right.
What's the what's I don't know. I listen. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I just think they're taking too long now to present anything. But it happened on
Yeah.
Sunday, right, or Saturday?
Yes. Saturday. Yes. Saturday, I think.
Okay, so if it happened then, and it's already fucking Tuesday. Um, and they haven't said anything else. And then to boot, they're saying that the search document they're not going to release or let anybody know about. Mike, thanks. 10 minutes. Roger that.
Of course not. Yeah, they're not going to release anything because they got nothing.
Yeah, right. So I don't know, man. It's desperate. So that means one or two things now. What everybody was
Hmm.
saying about the midterm elections, I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know. It
Yeah.
feels like if they get really desperate, some shit could go down during the midterm elections. Just what will it be?
Correct.
Who the fuck knows? No one knows exactly,
Correct.
and no one knows exactly when that thing happens. There are a lot of people like, oh, it's going
Right.
to happen on this date. Since
No.
beginning of this year, I think I've been given 5 dates that some shit's going to happen, including the 4th of July, which even I thought the 4th of
Right.
July was going to happen. But nothing happened,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And we're just never going to know. Whatever the fuck's going to happen is going to be a complete surprise to us. We can get an around about time, but
Yeah.
it's I don't know. We won't see it coming. I know that for sure.
No, we won't see it coming, but that's why we prep. So we can deal with stuff that happens at the spur of the moment. Like I said earlier, stuff I can't control, I don't worry about it. That's why I prep.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. Yeah, something's going to go down.
Well, that is fucking for sure. Because I mean, like, it's just that again, we all have that fucking bad feeling in the air. And the crazy thing, again, about the bad
Yes.
feeling, it's just lingering now. It's just there. We're just like,
Yes.
when the fuck, is this gonna fucking let go, snap, explode, whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
Again,
Yep.
with 9/11, there was a bad feeling in the air that whole night. It was super fucking bad. It was strange.
Yes.
It was bad. It was hot at night and it was cooler that night actually, but it felt like that heat in the air, like there was gonna be some shit.
Uh-huh.
And when the night
Right.
passed and the day came, I was like, all right, I guess it wasn't that bad. And then that should happen an hour later after I got out of work. Um,
Wow.
right. So it's again, it was that bad feeling in the air. Um, and it's the same thing, but this is just sort of lingering now. And I'm like, the longer it lingers, the worse this thing that happens might get. You know?
Correct. You're absolutely right. Yes. Yep. I agree.
And every year, somebody says something bad's going to happen on 9/11. Every year for the last 20 years, people are like, something bad's going to happen on 9/11. I'm like, no, it's not.
Yes.
And even the FBI spooks people with that shit. They beef up security everywhere around the entire planet, around the consulates, around um, dignitaries all over the, U.S. dignitaries stationed all over the world. And
Right.
then nothing happens. Now, granted, they're being ready like we are,
Exactly.
so, but
Yeah.
I like a grain of salt. I just like whatever, man. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, fuck it.
If it doesn't, yeah, exactly. That's why we do what we do. I don't worry about it unless it happens. And if it happens, we'll deal with it.
Well, somebody was asking, someone said something about JFK and deep state and how that worked out for him. Listen, if something happened to Trump, all hell's going to break loose on the other half of the country, right? The conservatives and Republicans might legitimately get shit going. So,
right.
And the worst part is, I think that would, it's a bit of a reach, but I think that would start another race war, because
it would,
because there are groups out there, specifically white groups, that are looking to start some shit up, right? We have black groups out there looking to start some shit up, and if something was to happen to Trump, you can all but guarantee it. All of a sudden, liberals, and then this city from this city loving asshole from New York, and that city loving from New York, let's go kill him, and then they're gonna kill like, let's say, a black and a white guy, and everybody's gonna focus on the black guy being killed, and it's gonna start a fucking race war.
Correct.
Because
exactly.
It's and I'm playing it down a little bit. There's a lot more that would have to take place, but if Trump actually winds up fucking, something happening to him, all bets are off.
I'm with you. Yes. And see, that's the thing that gets me. And here's my 15-second rant. They pit races against races. It's been going on since the beginning of time. When folks finally wake up, I don't care the color of your skin. You're an American. You're a human being. You treat me right, I'm going to treat you right. End of story.
No, yes, exactly. That's exactly the point. Treat me right, I treat you right, and we fucking move on from there.
Listen, exactly.
I know when I get into an argument with people, especially and I haven't gotten in an argument with somebody, people in a while, at least a racist. I haven't been in an argument with a racist in a long time. Here in New York City, I'm getting arguments all the time. And there's always some jerk off liberal that fucking pisses me off. Not the point.
Yeah.
But I get it that when you get in arguments with certain people, whether they're white, Spanish, Mexican, they all want to throw a nigger bomb out there. They're like, you're a fucking nigger. And I'm like,
of course.
Yeah. And they say that to get you going so that you can, rip them apart or beat their fucking kids up, whatever it is. They want you to fucking go 0 to 60.
Right.
And I don't fall for it.
Me neither.
My father put us up, put us on it. He's like, listen, people are going to call you, and he was specifically talking about white folks. He's like, white people are going to call you a nigger so that you can get mad and punch them in the face and go to jail. And I'm like,
go to jail. Correct.
Right. Then I get older and I find out it's not just fucking white folks. It's everybody else who's not black.
It's everybody.
Right?
Exactly.
I have Dominicans, I had Puerto Ricans, a Chinese guy, he tried to say nigga the best he could. He was like, you nigga. And I was like, yeah. No, man. You're going to say it right, I was like, it's nigger. But he was like, nigga, you nigga. And I was like, all right, man. Relax. Right. You come back when you can speak English, and then we'll have this conversation.
Exactly.
And then he was like, fuck you. And I was like, you said that right. So I was antagonizing him after he was trying to antagonize me. But when he said that nigga thing, I was like, man, that was bad. That was like the worst I ever heard of it. Yeah. Because there are people who don't speak English who will pronunciate fuck you and nigger with flawlessness. They're just like, they say it like they said
exactly.
It
of course, right? They studied it.
Like they woke up in the morning with like nigga, 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 like they were practicing it. And the same thing with fuck you. And when they say fuck you and they throw the middle finger up, it's like the biggest middle finger you've ever seen. Everybody practices shit. It's racism is all over the place, and the white people racism shit is played out, if you ask me.
I'm with you on that. And I grew up with every color under the rainbow in family and neighborhood. So I'm like, come on, treat me right, I treat you right. I don't care the color of your skin. That's the second biggest trick ever put on this planet, was to put people against people because of the color of their skin. I got no time for that.
Right. Well, listen, to be fair, it started with the Irish, right? The Irish were not slaves, but they were definitely indentured servants.
Servants, correct.
Right. And they started being friendly with black folks. And then the Dutch and whoever were like, no, we can't have this shit happening.
Right.
Then they created
that.
Right. And then it became an economic stature. Right.
Yes.
It took a while for them to get there, for that economic stature to split the Irish and the blacks apart, but nonetheless they succeeded because look at today,
Right. Right.
but it became and now it's back to being an economic standing. Like if you're poor, people don't want to fucking look at you. People will always assume, if you're black, you're assumed
Right.
to be poor. If you look like white trash,
Right.
but meanwhile you're probably like well to do or you work or whatever it is, they look at you and they go poor.
Right.
And so it's like it's economic standing now. Which listen, I don't know which is
Yeah.
worse. Racism or fucking
Yeah.
someone judging you based on your social standing in life. So it's fucking it's
Correct. They're both wrong. So yeah,
yes they are.
I'm with you on.
They
Mm-hmm.
are. All right, guys. So we're gonna stay on a little longer. We're gonna pull it, Mike. We're gonna pull it close to the hour, because the next show is
Okay.
10:10. So we'll keep it going for another couple of minutes. All I got to do is switch off of this into the other one. It's it's not like I have to get up and go to my other office to do the next video. So so it's fine.
Right.
Uh,
Right. Right.
Nut. Thank you for the donation, man. Appreciate it.
Mhm.
Hudson Valley says he's working poor. I think Hudson Valley
I'm working
Bible.
for it too, bro.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to work, but now I'm unemployed. But I think Hudson Valley prepping is like secretly rich, if you ask me.
I think you know what that would not surprise me about him.
No, not at all.
And if I have to go north to get out of where I'm at, I'm coming to upstate New York and I'm looking for you, Hudson Valley, and I'm bringing everything I have. I'll be the one in the Suburban.
He's definitely a rich prepper, you will call him.
Yeah.
He probably
Yeah,
has like
he
a
is.
bunker and all that other shit too. Pretty sure he does.
Yep.
He's never
Yep.
shown it to me yet, but I'm pretty sure he has.
Mm-hmm. Ventilation.
Yeah.
He's got the gun room. Yeah, the gun room like Winston and John Wick. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. 8% Asian.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, man, it's that the race thing. Listen. There's a movie coming out called Emmett, right? About Emmett Till,
Emmett. Yes.
right?
Yes.
And so
Yep.
I would assume that like every I'm gonna say every black man knows who that is. The Emmett Till.
Yes.
And the movie
Correct.
coming out, I think is gonna stir some shit up, man. And I'm like,
Yes, it is.
yeah. I'm like,
So the thing that surprised,
huh?
right? The thing that surprised me was that the lady that accused him of that is still alive, and I saw something briefly where they didn't charge her with anything.
Yes. So the Justice Department was looking to get involved with bringing
Right.
charges against her, and
Right.
it's funny because God, I hate to say this because I'm sort of split with it because one part of me is like, that bitch should have something happen to her, but
yes,
it was so long ago. If she went to jail
Yes.
for it now, would it really fucking matter?
Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
Right.
No.
So that's why I'm split with it because neo-Nazis, not neo-Nazis, but the Nazi Party, for example. You had a bunch of them
Yes.
that were caught a bunch of years back, right? They were in like Brazil or some shit,
Right.
South America somewhere. And one guy was
Right.
like 92 years old or 91 or 92,
Exactly.
right? And I'm like,
Yeah.
you're going to charge him on war crimes. And
Mm-hmm.
there were so many other truths that you could have probably done this on, but they brought this guy and they put him in jail for life. I think he died a year later, some shit like that.
I was going to say, yeah, that
It was
I always tell my friends, yeah, it was totally stupid. The older I get, a life sentence it becomes less of a deterrent.
yes.
Yeah, he died a year later. You're right.
Right.
That's
And
crazy.
and then he goes, Armageddon Depot should go to jail. Listen, like I said, I'm split on it. I mean, if they charged her tomorrow, would I be like disappointed? Like, no, I'd be like, all right, but listen, like I said, for those of you that don't who Emmett Till is, I'm not going to explain it. You need to research.
Right.
And if you
Research
find
it, yes.
photos of what they did to this kid, it's fucked up.
Oh my God.
If you look at the
It's
photos,
horrible.
I could guarantee 90% of you be like, get that bitch and fucking, hang her too. Like, so a lot of people are gonna like. So when I was watching the trailer, I'm like, they should get that bitch, But the other side of me is like,
Yeah, exactly.
but it was so long ago, if she
Yeah.
goes to jail now, and she dies next year, she still won. You know, the
Correct.
time to put that
Yeah,
bitch in
she
jail,
lived a long life.
right? The time to put that bitch in jail is when she did that shit. The German guy that died like a year or two later, he was 90 something years old. So
Yeah.
he did his life, and then he died a year later. He still won.
Yep.
You know, he made out like a bandit.
Right. He still won. Yeah.
Adriana Turner said she saw
Now,
Yeah.
yeah. So what I'll do, my protest against it, I probably won't watch the movie. I won't watch it because that is not going to do anything but stir up feelings.
Yes.
And I don't want to deal with that because to me that movie is a distraction of what's going on in the real world that we need to be dealing with.
Right.
So
Right.
I won't watch it.
You know what? There's one side of me that if they do the movie,
Mm-hmm.
there's two ways of going about it. If they do this movie and they show what
Yeah.
they did to him,
Yes.
that's, dude, I'm telling you right fucking now, that's gonna
Yeah, dude.
be a game changer.
Yes.
You know, and but
Yeah.
if they don't show what they did to him, but they show what he looked like in the coffin because his mother wanted the open casket. If they show
Correct.
him what he looks, it'll be a little less. But if they show them doing what they did to him, yo,
What
fuck
they
it.
did to him. Yeah. It's on.
Yeah.
It's going there's going to be a riot somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody's gonna fucking punch some white dude in the head for Emmett Till and punch
Right.
his white. But he's like, I wasn't even fucking there, you know, like I wasn't even born yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm not even going to watch it
I hear
because
you.
I don't want those feelings.
You know what? That's
Yeah.
actually a good point. So I'll probably stand with you, and I won't watch the movie either. That's actually a good idea because you're right. It is a distraction. It would be
It is.
it would be to drum up feelings to have people react and start fucking acting like assholes, or give them an excuse to act like an asshole. You know.
Yes.
So
I'm gonna focus on where's my next weapons coming from.
yeah, I hear that.
So
Definitely
you
get
know.
that.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
Prepper now said, "Hold."
But I will say
Go ahead.
I will say this, Jason. Thank you for allowing me to be on your channel. To me, you're a rock star, and we briefly talked about it before we came on, but you are one of the very, very strong influences of why I prep. And it's amazing the people you meet along the way of prepping. I've made some amazing friends, completely amazing friends that I know that they got my back and I got their back no matter what. And that's what our community is about because when SHTF happens, we're going to be the ones that either we're going to be targeted or we're going to be the ones that survive.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Well, first of all, thank you for those words, and you're right.
Mm-hmm.
We're definitely going to be targets. Listen, I as a prepper or a city prepper rather, you try to think of all the angles.
Right.
And I'm like, if we're targeted,
Yep.
and we're screwed,
Yeah.
but there's going to be one hell of a fucking fight. You're gonna be
Yes, it will.
You're gonna see skirmishes, and I'm gonna tell you this much right now: if we wind up being targeted, that means that we're all gonna have to rally at different prepper locations or different
Correct.
Farms or land and back each other up. That's the only way this is gonna work.
Yep.
I can't see this.
That's correct.
Way. I can't see us standing our ground separately. We would have to all run to the rich guy, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. We have to run to his land and and fight, with him and for him. We would have to head over to Prepper, which is one's land, and fight and hold off back on his land. We would, Bear Independent and his group. I think they can handle themselves. They're squared away, but people would have to go and back him up. And we would have to come together because that's the only way we're gonna handle it. They want, like you said, they want to keep us separated and they want to keep us divided for that very reason, so that we don't run and turn and help one another. But fuck them and fuck that, man. It is.
And I'll say this. I'll say this, and I'll say this on YouTube, whatever. Don't care. If y'all need anything, you can count on me. If you either have to come to Ohio or need to get somewhere and come through Ohio, you got a safe haven right here for you and your family.
Roger that.
Period.
Which
And Hudson Valley, I need to get with you. We need to talk because I want to do a bug out weekend like you do here in Ohio.
you heard that, Mike? Contact. I'll give each other's information.
Yes.
All right.
Yep. Give him everything.
All right.
Yes. But you as far as I'm concerned, Jason, you're a rock star because you're in probably the toughest city in the country and you're handling your business. You get mad props from me for that.
Well, thank you. Hopefully, again, we're
Big time.
soon. At the very least, we're out of the city limits soon. But
That's good.
yeah, I mean, listen, the wife's been looking. She's been cranking it out. So we're looking
Uh-huh.
for spots to get out of the city. But we have to keep in mind that the
Right.
kids have to travel to and from.
Yeah.
That's the only.
To and from school. Yeah.
Though I told her, fuck them. They grow a pair of balls and they fucking handle it on their own. Put them on a train. And listen, we traveled on the train when we were kids. I know a lot of people on here
Yeah.
were kids. They traveled. They got on a bus that was an hour ride long. So I think they can handle it. I don't want to hide behind them as the excuse. I really don't. You know?
Exactly. I feel you.
But whatever. But anyway, guys, with that, we're gonna go off the air. We're gonna head over to the Angry Truth channel in about 1 minute. Other than that, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. Vision, you have anything else to say?
Other than, we need to talk offline because I got something to share with you that you're going to be like, what the hell? But anyway, I appreciate the opportunity to hang out with you and talk real world. Folks, keep prepping. Keep prepping. I don't care what you can do. Check out my mini prep Fridays if you're prepping on a budget, because we all are on a budget. But keep prepping. Do not be distracted. And God bless everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Vision, for that, by the way. And
Absolutely.
Other than that, guys, for those of you asking questions about the kids traveling, stuff like that, take that shit over to the Angry Truth channel. We'll continue that conversation over there. Other than that, guys, good night.
Good night.